We back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, S Ambush. We know you're watching, JK. Get that popping, dude. Very nice, very nice. DC baby, who did get a shout out in Blood in the Garden, our ongoing reading project.
Yes, and my apologies to C Muscle. I did not get around to putting your shit on the board, but it will happen soon.
Oh, right.
Raw.
Also, I want to say apologies to C Muscle. We've been going real hard on the Warriors last 2 weeks
I ain't
for
stopping
obvious
today.
reasons.
I'm not sorry.
I mean, I'm about talked out on the Warriors there. You were talking about the devil's gift to earth being camping. I think that's more so the Golden State Warriors.
Steph Curry specifically.
But no, I mean, I guess we'll pick up with the finals, kind of where things are at. Tonight's pretty important Game 6 closeout game for the Warriors in Boston. I don't know. How do you think tonight's going to go, dude?
How about I'll answer your question with another question. Over or under 7.5 Jaylen Brown drive and kick turnovers in the first quarter.
He doesn't even have the most turnovers on the fucking Celtics, dude.
I don't know what it is, dude. When I see Jaylen Brown's
turnovers,
his turnovers feel like 5 turnovers when he turns it over once because they're so bad.
Yeah, his are pretty rough. Tatum's are bad too,
dude.
Though,
he's Mr. Doing too much, dude.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's like, yeah, his turnovers look really, really bad because he's always losing his handle, stumbling around. Tatum just throws stupid passes that you're like, why are you doing this? You know? Yeah. But no, I mean, I'll take the over on that to answer the question. No, I mean, I think is it like over under 35 turnovers as a team for the Celtics? I'd take the over on anything. You could put that number as high as you want. I'd still take the over because the Celtics have just totally lost.
Over under 17.5 missed open threes for the Celtics. That probably will actually happen.
Yeah, I'd probably take the over on that too. I don't know, man. As you can see, we have little faith left in the Celtics team.
I just don't I feel like, and I ain't backing off my fucking hate of the Warriors ever, dude. I'll never back down. I feel like the Warriors lucked out playing the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be.
How can you not punish a team when Steph Curry goes 0 for 9 from 3 and there's not a nuclear Clay game? Draymond has a pedestrian game. Wiggins, what did he shoot? 50%? It's not like Wiggins scored 50 on 70% shooting. What the fuck happened?
The thing that blows me away, and it's like, I know this is probably the laziest way to view basketball, but the Warriors are always going to have one person who Jaylen and Jason should be able to abuse in a one-on-one matchup. And like Jaylen was able to get by Draymond whenever he wanted to. So like there's that. There's always going to be one of Jordan Poole, Steph Curry out there. It's like, I don't know. It just blows my mind that it feels like they can't get the switches they want. And then God forbid they do. It's like they just go like,
how are they going to turn it over?
Yeah, blank look on their face. Like they forget how to dribble. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know. It feels like the worst finals team I've ever seen play basketball, but I know that's not right. That's just like reactionary, and I'm just focused on the lowlights. But it's like, dude, it took so much for the Celtics team to like. It reminds me of like how you talked about Anthony Davis. You were like, what, 6 years of like, I don't believe in this motherfucker. I don't believe in him. 1 year he changed your opinion.
Orleans, or his second to last year.
Yeah. And then there was that half season where he was just sitting out games waiting to get traded. And it's like, I feel like, obviously a more condensed timeline, but a similar concept with the Celtics where it's like, I hated this team forever. I finally was like, I believe in them. I could see like, I could kind of get behind them. And then they just instantly shit the bed like this, which, now I'll forever hate them. I'll never have a moment like this again where I like work myself into a shoot. They're trash. They've always been trash. They're always going to be trash.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see what Jason Tatum's shooting from like the area around the basket for this.
Negative.
I just don't understand, dude. It's like, how can you airball so many mid-range jumpers and also not be able to finish at the rim?
Yeah.
It's like it's the stuff. I mean, I forget if I've given you your credit on this, but it's like, I don't know, man. He's still a step away from that upper echelon. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this series proves it. You can't You can't be. Is he? Did he made All NBA team, right?
Oh, for sure.
Was it second?
He might have been All NBA first team this year.
Jesus Christ! All right. Well, yeah, this is unacceptable. Then you can't be one of the 5 best players. I don't know. I guess if you make the All NBA first team, that doesn't necessarily mean they're saying you're a top 5 player. Because I think people would argue that JoJo deserved to be on the All NBA team.
Yeah, certainly.
But you're in the argument for a top 5 player in the league, and you're going to play like this.
Yeah, I mean this type of stuff that ends up being ultimate black mark on somebody's record. You know, they can't ever scrub off. You know, you can do things later on in your career, but this type of stuff doesn't get forgotten. I mean, he's shooting like what, under 35% in the finals or something. It's like, yeah, he was All NBA first team. So, well, pretty sorry performance.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm more mad at as the series goes on, because at the beginning of the series, Jalen was doing everything. But now, as the series has gone on, Jalen is being. I get infuriated watching him play.
Well, he had a terrible game, probably the worst game of his career in Game 5. Was he like 4 for 18? Didn't positively contribute in any real way.
But I feel like it's been trending in that direction. Like it's like he's had good moments, but it's like the bad side of Jaylen Brown was waiting to pop out.
Yeah,
with
it's
some
like
of these turnovers.
The balance
and
has
like,
shifted where it was like the good part of Jaylen Brown, and this is the bad. This is what they were getting, and it's just creeping closer. And then Game 5 was like, I mean, it was the worst game of his career. I mean, you know, if you're going to take like the stakes into consideration, it'd be interesting to see how they bounce back in front of their home crowd, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can win. I'm depressed, and I don't think they're going to win, but I think there's a possibility.
Yeah, they shouldn't be counted out, but I think it'll be really telling to see what kind of energy they come out with. Which again, I know it's like a cliche take, but it's like you just pray that they haven't totally rolled over. You know?
Well, yeah, it's just like I don't know why I was getting so excited. Well, I mean, I guess I thought the Warriors were going to win in 5, but I don't know why I got like Derek White. I was like Derek White, Al Horford, Grant Williams, all these guys going ballistic. It's like this isn't the norm. This shouldn't be happening. And the reason that they got here by these crazy fucking production games from their role players, which is just like, you can't count on those. And I mean, I still would expect everybody to play better because they've been all shit.
Well, yeah, it's like
games, but
they've more than regressed to the mean. They were like, you know, gangbusters, and now you're getting the worst versions of them. It's like, I don't know, Derek White. I can't even imagine what it'd be like to be a Celtics fan with that guy. Just the ups
especially
and downs,
in the first
wild swings.
Yeah,
I mean, he was total dog shit for the whole playoffs. It seemed like.
Yeah,
had a couple good games in the Heat series after the birth of his child. Came out, had a good game 1, and then ever since then he's been pretty much no call, no show.
Yeah,
not even just a no show.
Yeah, he's being disrespectful with how poor he's playing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, is tip off at like 9:00 Eastern time? Do you know?
Yeah, I think it's another later one, and then I think that if it goes Game 7, the Sunday's a little bit earlier in the night. But.
Okay. Well, yeah, we got 3 hours till tip off. So,
dude, Steph's gonna win another title.
Anybody who's seen this will have already
Steph's
know the
gonna have
outcome
4
of the game.
titles, man.
Yeah, it's sad times. Sad times in the Lund. Yeah, in the Lund family basketball brain trust. The worst possible outcome. But, and I promise I'm going to get off this, unless you wanted to talk more about the finals.
No, what were we going to say?
I'm going to get off Kevin Durant, LeBron James trade stuff after this one, okay? I'm not going to bring it up again.
Okay, well, let me point something out real quick. That we had a conversation on the phone about this, and I just want to bring it to the masses, aka Kurt. Kevin Durant has not played in more than one NBA final. He's played in one NBA final where he wasn't on the greatest team of all time. That is a blemish on his resume to me. And I think something that's interesting to me is I think he was this might sound weird and blasphemous, but hear me out. When he was on the Warriors, he was the best player on the Warriors.
No doubt.
But I still think he is a Robin by nature, dude. And hear me out. I have sources, dude. It's called fucking Kobe Bryant. I was listening to Book of Basketball 2.0. I just clicked on it. I was listening to a random one today. And it was Bill Simmons had a conversation with Kobe in 2012. And Kobe had made a post on Facebook about Smush Parker and about leadership. Bill Simmons wrote an article about Kobe's post on leadership. And it was, like critical of Kobe, but still like embraced Kobe's leadership in a way.
Mhm.
And Kobe reached out to Bill Simmons in December of 2012, and they had apparently like a 35-minute conversation on just like a random Saturday night in the middle of the season.
Dang.
And they were talking about the Thunder, and Kobe was like, "That's Russell Westbrook's team," like, and because Kobe's like, he's just a dog. He's that guy. He's the guy who's the alpha, and like, I think that Kevin Durant's a better player than Russell Westbrook, but I don't think he has the mentality of a Kobe or a Russell Westbrook or a LeBron James or a Michael Jordan. He doesn't have that, which is not to say that you're a bad player because you don't have that mentality, but it's like,
I mean,
he went to Golden State and he played on the greatest team of all time, and he was able to operate in space because he was playing with the two greatest shooters ever. And so obviously his game freed up. But at the end of the day, even if he was the best player, I don't think he was, and he won Finals MVP obviously in both of those series that they won the title, and the Warriors couldn't win the title without him against Toronto. Dude, is KD a Robin, dude?
I mean, I think he leans that way, but like, I don't know. I think we're talking like mentality, but ultimately, like, results are results. Like, if my memory serves me correct, the 17 and 18 finals, Kevin Durant was clearly the best player on the Warriors, and I think that was the first time anybody had a legitimate claim to say they were better than LeBron since 2007. Do I support his claim at that time?
Since
No.
02, get it right, dude. LeBron's junior year.
chill. But no, I mean, like, we can have all these like, conversations about stuff we see, like anecdotal stuff, but like when it came to nut cutting time, Durant was the guy putting up like 36 a night in the finals. And like, granted, the game does come a lot easier when you're playing with the greatest spacing ever, when you're playing with the two greatest shooters ever. The game does get a lot easier, but it's not like he fell short of expectation when the game got easier. He played at exactly the level that he should have played at.
Let me ask you this. The 2016-2017 Warriors and the 2017-2018 Warriors. If you had to put money on it, if you were gambling, who would you rather them get rid of, KD or Steph? Who do you think they'd have a better shot of winning both of those titles with if they got rid of Steph or if they got rid of KD? What team would?
I mean, like, I'll answer the question, but I just want to say it doesn't matter because that team was so stacked that
I'm saying if you take KD off that and let's just play out the regular Warriors in 2016, 2017, 2018, keep Harrison Barnes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you get rid of Steph Curry and it's KD there and like a serviceable point
I think
guard.
prime Kevin Durant pre-injury is still better than Steph Curry.
I think he's a better player, but what I'm saying is, like, do you think that Kevin Durant has it in him to lead a team like that, though? Because that's my argument, is he's not an alpha who's capable of carrying a team.
Here, I think there was probably 15 players in the league you could have replaced Steph Curry and they still would have won titles. That's how good I think those Warriors teams were.
Okay, so you would rather get rid of Steph and keep KD in that scenario?
I probably would lean Kevin Durant because I think at the time too, he was playing peak level defense, which is like forgotten. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just higher on. I mean, prime KD was.
Well, don't get me wrong. KD is a better player than Steph Curry, and I will never argue that, and I 100% agree with that. But there's a difference between being a better player and being a player who can like lead a team to a title or compete.
See, I don't think it was ever about leading a team. I think it was a system thing.
Okay, so explain to me how KD has played in only one final and lost 4-1. If he is that fucking good.
Again, like, we're taking just to be clear, we're taking away 2 finals titles and 2 finals MVPs when we're doing that. But I will say it is disappointing. Like, there is a gap there. You would hope that there would be something, but he fell victim to the same thing that like everybody fell victim to. It's like when this Warriors team came about, it's like was basically a 4 or 5 year window where it was like you're all competing for third place, not even second. You know,
I don't know. Like if he wasn't such a beta coward,
well,
like
dude,
the Thunder were up 3-1 on that Warriors team.
yeah,
They could have beat him.
They beat
could have beat
everyone though. They beat the Cavs, they beat the Rockets, and they beat the Thunder. Those are the teams that were gearing up. It's like they all got sent packing. Like, yeah, the Cavs got one off them. Probably should add two if you count 2015 without the injuries. But
Well,
like,
it takes a true beta / Robin to join that
yeah,
team.
yeah. I mean, there's no, I can't deny that. But like, I'll never. There's no amount of like phrasing, posturing where I'll ever admit that Stephen Curry was better or more important to those title teams than Kevin Durant. That's just a lot. Like, for my money, Kevin Durant's probably the second or third best player of all time. Like, I'm just not going to move off that.
Guess all it takes is one finals appearance.
Or 3 with 2 finals MVPs.
Actually 4.
Dude, well, I think
it's actually 4, dude, because they lost the third one.
Oh, right. But I mean that like
I'm not counting any of the Warriors ones, dude.
Yeah, 2019 doesn't really count because
okay, you sound like a Jordan fan. I don't count the loss.
No, I mean it's like it's the same way I would discount the Warriors title in 2015. It's like, oh, the other team, two of their legitimate 3 best players were injured. Sorry, like, yeah, you like great accomplishment making it to the finals, but you didn't really like. That's why not every title is the same. Yeah. But I don't know. I
got another question for you before. Well, no. Do you want this? Will be a quick one. I want you to go with Katie and LeBron. I was thinking about this the other day. Anybody who thinks Jordan's the greatest player ever and references titles, if they say that, I'm going to start saying my follow-up question will be, who do you think is better, Kobe Bryant or Tim Duncan? And if they say Kobe Bryant, I know they're full of shit.
Mm-hmm. And I bet 90% of them would.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
I just thought it was interesting because, like, by all intents and purposes, Tim Duncan's better.
Mm-hmm.
Or had a better career.
Mm-hmm. And he's a better basketball player.
And
no doubt about it.
And it's just interesting because it's like if you're going to sit here and point to rings and then you're going to take Kobe over Duncan, I'd be like, okay, shut the fuck up. But again,
dude, like, this is the problem with so much of it. And it's like, there is a legitimate case out there to say Jordan's the GOAT. There is one. I don't agree with it.
The GOAT shooting guard from the 90s.
But the thing that bothers me is most people who back Jordan don't have like a consistent there's no consistency with how they evaluate stuff.
Well, yeah, there is. He's 6-0 in the finals. That's the only thing they can evaluate.
Yeah, but again, it's like you don't have to look far to be able to find other examples, poke holes in it. You don't have to look far to do that. But like, that's just the thing. Is like, it doesn't matter what they hear. They're operating on nostalgia. And, you know, and not to just be like so condescending, but it's like, I don't feel like we're operating on that. I feel like we're operating on a more like logic, reason based, as opposed to just pure nostalgia.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to lie. Fucking LeBron could say a word and I'll do it, LeBron. So my loyalty to him is blinding.
Well, dude, that's one thing I've been wondering about because, like, you know, as Father Time ticks on and LeBron's already given us. I think he has to prove that. I don't think it's impossible that he is, though. But no, it'll be interesting to see what the next, what post LeBron NBA looks like for you and I.
Yeah, I'm gonna quit watching this shit.
Yeah. It's a football podcast.
Yeah,
Sean Watson is awful, guys. But no, I guess the KD LeBron stuff that I wanted to bring up was, do you think if Steph Curry wins a title and the Nets say, hey, there's no shot we're bringing back Kyrie, do you think there's a world where like KD and LeBron are feeling a little bit like Steph got another one and we're both in these shithole positions?
Are you saying them teaming up?
80 for KD. Who says no?
Fucking Nets.
Why? Kevin Durant's older.
AD's the biggest bitch in the league,
what if it's
dude.
AD and a future unprotected first for Kevin Durant?
I don't know, dude. That just seems. I mean, maybe
What if it's 2 unprotected first?
It just seems like something that is so wild that it just couldn't happen.
I know, but it's just like I just wonder if LeBron and KD are like, you know, Steph's creeping the fuck up if he keeps winning these fucking things. I wonder if there's any part of either of them that's
an
like
interesting question.
and maybe it doesn't. It's not where they line up.
I don't
together.
think KD would want to play with Russ again, or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're getting KD and LeBron, you're just like, sure, we'll trade Russ for whatever if that's what we get out of the deal.
Baby.
Yeah, yes, please, dude. But I don't know. It's just a thought. I don't know. I just keep hearing people and speculation about and like the stuff with LeBron, like not signing that extension.
Well, I didn't expect him to. He's gonna put their feet to the fire like he does with everybody these days.
But if there was like he also signed a long-term deal with the Lakers, which was not something he'd done for a long, long time.
Yeah, but I think he's past that now that Bronny's on the horizon.
Yeah,
and
I don't know
how dog shit the Lakers are. Like, I think when he signed that extension with the Lakers initially, it's like there seemed to be a good period of time where they were going to be stable with the high level pieces that they had. But now that he's got the firsthand account of how big of a bitch AD is, I would if you were LeBron, if I was any player, I would not want to sign an extension with the Lakers. I would want to be like, okay, let me gain a bearing.
No,
I'm at and see.
I agree too, but it's just one of those. It's another thing to take into consideration. If I'm going to speculate wildly, I'll draw a line, connect a couple dots, see what happens. I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder. I just don't feel like Kevin Durant and LeBron are going to be guys who, say, well, my window's closed. Like, I guess I'm not competing for titles anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, LeBron this next year has got to be feeling that way. Like this is last year was a waste year. This year is a wasted year.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Eye on the prize, dude. All-time scoring crown. It's coming.
True.
God willing. That's worth more than another title to me at this point. Because
I mean, that record will be very hard to surpass.
Ever, dude. Ever.
Yeah. I mean,
and 4 titles, 5 titles. He's got a lot of titles. Okay, we get it. And it's a team sport. I'm satisfied. I'd love another title. I'd love to have it. But the thing is like, what does that do for his legacy? It does nothing. Because if he has 6 titles, Jordan fans will still say he wasn't 6-0 in the finals, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So the number of rings, there's nothing he can do, even if he got 7. And there's no way he would get 7 rings. So that's like that. And even if and guess what? Even if he had 7 rings, people would still say, oh, he still lost 5-6 times in the finals. Yeah. So it's like that doesn't matter at this point. But him having the all-time scoring championship, that matters because that's something that you can't argue from a Jordan standpoint.
Yeah, there's a good chance that'll be around for 30, 40
till
years.
The day I die.
Yeah,
Who's gonna stop that shit?
I don't know. What if they implement a 4-point shot and I mean the game can change. Like
I don't know, dude.
But it would take something truly gargantuan to take that title from LeBron if he can get it. So
yeah, nobody's been as durable. Nobody's been as durable.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
it's just not going to happen, dude.
Yeah,
hopefully not in my lifetime. And I have control over that because if it's about to happen, I'm going to go jump off a fucking bridge. So
seriously, not in my canon.
Not
my
happening in my lifetime,
today,
motherfuckers. Yeah, and I'm the author of this story, motherfucker.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Well, there was a couple other things that have happened outside of the finals.
Yeah, have we talked about AD not touching a ball since April 5th? It's I heard JJ Redick defending him. I'm like, yeah, that works for you, motherfucker, because you shoot 430 from 3.
How about
a guy who literally is the worst player in the league?
Yeah.
God, I mean, he's a fucking snake, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he got his title. He's gotten his money. He's gotten his accolades. He got his NBA 75. I think he's just done. I don't, not done, but like, I just don't think there's any.
He's going to coast. He's going to coast.
Yeah. I mean, he'd have to really go out and show something because
you'd have to go back to New Orleans, sign a minimum.
Well, dude,
come off the bench and win them a title. That'd be the only way he's going to get redeemed in my eyes.
It's just crazy to me how LeBron handpicks these freaking these proteges, and they just can't meet their end of the bargain at all. They don't even try. It's just like. I don't know. It's just frustrating.
Let me put it. What high level player has left you most satisfied as LeBron's teammate?
Ooh. Certainly not fucking Kevin Love. He gets a pass, dude. Doo-doo.
Think about Bosch, dude. Always came correct. Always tried. He had some rough games, but like he showed up, dude. He wasn't.
But
he
also was the one who was like
M-word.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right answer. But it's just tough though, because like
I'd probably go Kyrie though.
Yeah, I mean Kyrie probably has the highest ceiling.
Those playoff games they had.
Yeah, when they're both dropping like 35, 40 together, it's just like that's unbelievable. I mean, that's like the peak of.
But then again, he was like the biggest effing
yeah
dagger blow though. Just like giving up on the whole thing and literally destroying LeBron's remaining years in Cleveland by giving them a broken down IT and a bunch of pieces of not starting material.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. I don't know.
Fucked them.
AD might be the most frustrating though, just because it's there. He just doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to put in the effort. He doesn't like. He's making like. Just at least Kyrie, I could be like, okay, he wanted to go out and do his own thing. He heard he was floated in trade discussions. He was like, I got to control my own. Nobody's going to look out for me. I could work myself into a shoot on that. With AD, it's just like, you're just a bitch. You always have been. You always will be. We always knew it.
Yeah.
Since day one.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it just sucks too. Cause like, man, when AD was at his peak next to LeBron, that was something else, dude. In the bubble. That was wild.
Those 7 quarters, dude. That was pretty sweet. When AD actually brought it.
Yeah. Well, he was the best player in the conference finals against the Nuggets, though. Wasn't it against the Nuggets? Because the Nuggets beat the Jazz, or Nuggets beat the Jazz, then the Clippers.
Because
or was it Clippers then Jazz? I
can't remember. Because the Lakers played Portland, Houston, Denver. Yeah, that's what it was, right?
Yeah.
Portland, Houston, Denver, Miami. That's off the top of the dome.
Is
that right?
You're right. Yeah, you're right. So, but was it fuck? Who did the Nuggets beat? Because it was Clippers, Jazz. I just don't know the order.
The Nuggets. Fuck, I can't remember who they beat. I mean, we could just pull it. Do you have reference up?
Yeah, but my brain isn't working. I can't
go 2020 results. Function. Here, I'll figure this shit out.
No, I got
Seasons.
it. I got it.
I'm gonna beat your ass, dog.
Nuggets beat the Clippers in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, it was
Denver over Utah. Oh, yeah, of course. That's the Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray series.
I've remembered that being in the first round, but I was just working myself into a shoot, I think.
Yeah, Denver Jazz, Denver Clips.
Oh, man. Remember that? Remember that?
Hey, the Clippers were up 3-1, right?
Yeah. Right? It was some.
Remember me?
PG and Kawhi.
They were up 3-1, and then they were up 3-1, and they had that huge. Was it a huge lead in Game 5? Like, in the closeout game, and they fucking shit down their leg.
Gotta love it. Gotta fucking love it. Oh,
didn't expect anything.
One last thing on the finals. Everybody, just do yourself a favor. Go look at Steph Curry's fourth quarter stats. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't care how many 40-point games he has. Let's look at the real stuff here.
Field, 18% from 3.
Thank you.
Just throwing that out there.
Thank you for putting that in here.
Just think about it, guys.
This will be a time capsule.
Well, do you want to go into the Christian Wood trade? I mean, that was kind of big news. Christian Wood for Trey Burke, Sterling Brown, Marquise Chris, Boban Marjanovic, and the 26th pick.
You feel like the Mavs overpaid?
No, I feel like they underpaid. But really, I guess if he's going into a contract year.
Yeah, it's a rental.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the going rate for like a good rental. It's probably a late first and some salary filler. So I don't know. I guess when I first sent you that text, I was like, there's no way his value is this low. I didn't realize he was on an expiring deal. So it makes sense. Makes sense. But I don't know. It's I think that's awesome if you're a Mavs fan, dude. I'd be fucking thrilled.
I think do you think it really, I'm about to say something that's like complete amateur fan who doesn't give a fuck or watch anything. But I do. So that's what makes this more sad do you think that whoever they really have at this point let me backtrack. Because I definitely think there's a certain level of player you could have playing like the power forward or center that would make a difference. But it's like Christian Wood isn't fucking Jason Tatum.
He's a
good. I mean,
you
have to say how good he is.
What is Christian Wood on a championship level team? Is he a second option? Is he a third option?
Or even option? who is a player of his caliber who doesn't like demand respect and touches to that level playing with a guy like Luka in their current system? Is he just going to be neutered and be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm just another guy standing on the court now playing with Luka?
Well, yeah,
he's definitely not the level of like a motherfucker who's like, okay, he definitely deserves 23 shots a game.
well, yeah, I guess we just don't know because I feel like Christian Wood, he's been in a lot of situations where he probably was legitimate, like best player on the court for his teams. Since he's been is that just the Pistons and Rockets, basically, correct?
Yeah, because he was.
Granted, he played. Yeah, he was like on the Pels and stuff.
Yeah,
But since
small
he's
deals.
emerged,
Yeah.
he's been big numbers on bad teams guy. So it's hard to make that proclamation without seeing it, I guess. It'll be interesting to see how he slots in. I think one thing that'll be interesting to see is like when are they gonna, and not to say like the heliocentric model of basketball is like good
Sorry.
or bad.
Let's pause real quick.
Right. But yeah, I guess just to pick up with where that thought was, like they've been playing Luka ball, basically since he's come into the league. And, they push pretty far with that, but it's like, I guess I'm just wondering how much of that was out of necessity or
chicken or the egg for sure.
Yeah. It's like, it'll be interesting to see not only how Luka impacts Christian Wood, but how Christian Wood impacts Luka, where it's like Christian Wood is a guy who you can dump him the ball and he can find his way, create his own shot.
Well, so was Kristaps, and Kristaps wasn't satisfied with.
Yeah,
I take that back. Kristaps is a little bit overrated in that regard.
Well, yeah, and he was like, I don't know. It just seemed like he never wanted to fit in at all. He was just trying to fit out. It's like, oh, you want to play above the break and just shoot 30 footers or request post touches. It's like, I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, the whole Kristaps experiment was so weird and never fit right that it's like kind of just throw the baby out with the bathwater, I guess, in my mental. But I don't know, between like Christian Wood, Tim Hardaway coming back from injury, emergence of Jalen Brunson, Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, that projects to be a pretty decent starting five. And then, we'll see what happens with their depth and stuff. But I don't know, man. This seems like a slam dunk for the Mavs.
I don't know. I have been and always will be low on Christian Wood. So
yeah, but for what they gave up, though, it's a bunch of end of the bench guys in the 26th pick. I value 26th pick like I value a fucking,
toilet paper I just wipe my ass with.
Like I value fucking I mean, it's nothing.
I mean, he's going to be better, but yeah.
Yeah, how many 26 picks are ever going to reach the value of Christian Wood in a contract year? 0. Maybe like a handful.
And if there's one motherfucker who seems like he's about getting his money, it's Christian Wood.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. He's just a guy that
he's got
based
a lot
on
to
like
prove.
Interviews. Well, that too, but like just based on his interviews and like how he comes across, I just don't know. His just demeanor and how he goes about things. Like, I don't want to label him as selfish, but there's, I don't know, something about him like that just rubs me the wrong way with how he goes about things and like some of the things he said in the past.
This is an interesting concept to me, though. I think I hate people that say, oh, like they ascribe all of Andrew Wiggins' success to, oh, it's because he went to the Warriors. It's like, no, he's been this player. He's in a different situation now, and he's asked to do slightly different things. But it's just like, I guess the reason I'm getting at that is like, how many times do we have to see good stats, bad team guy go to a good team, and then everybody's like, oh, he actually is good. It's like, no, not every team can win 50 games and be, a title contender. Some teams aren't going to be as good, and there's going to be good players on those teams. It doesn't mean they're not winners. It doesn't mean they don't care about basketball. It's just they're doing the best in the situation that they can.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think we're questioning Christian Wood's ability. I think I'm not questioning his ability. I'm questioning his ability to be a team player and contribute to winning basketball.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like, I don't know. I just think if somebody I just feel like there's a lazy, and I'm not saying you're doing this with Christian Wood, but just broadly speaking, the empty stats guy. We feel like we ascribe that to every single player who averages over 17 points per game on a bad team. It's like they're not all the same. Like,
Yeah, 100% agree.
so I don't know. That'll be like nothing will ever motivate me to turn on a Mavericks basketball game during the regular season.
Unless LeBron goes there.
Unless it's like a big ticket game, an actually televised game, sure. But like you're talking league pass, Christian Wood would never inspire me to do that. But I will say I'm slightly more intrigued to see how the Mavericks look this season with him. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's a smart move on their part. So
yeah, I mean, I just think that like any player kind of in Christian Wood's mold of like a little bit more than a role player, but not quite a star, they're going to be capped out playing the current type of basketball that the Mavs do. But like you said, if that changes now that a player of his caliber is there, it didn't change when Kristaps was there, which, I would have expected it to at least for a while. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
They didn't give up much though, to your credit.
Yeah. I mean, if the 26th picks the big win there, it's like, yeah.
Big wiener.
I don't know. It's probably, honestly, it's a win for both teams. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's always weird to see a trade during the NBA Finals, though. So,
although I don't know. I don't know if that's a win for the Rockets, though, is it? Like, you would have hoped to get more for him.
I mean, they've waited this long. Is his trade value going to go up during the season? Hard to say.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I don't know. They probably did the best with what they had.
I know, but you would think that maybe if he plays his ass off in the first half of the season, you get some for him at the deadline because he's
true.
I don't know.
True.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, 26 pick, bunch of salary filler. Who knows?
I mean, I wouldn't give up the. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up.
What about what do you think of the Kenny Atkinson hiring out of Charlotte?
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Atkinson got the run to the stick since Katie and Kyrie took over.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm glad that he's back. And
weren't they the ones that were like, oh, we love what they're building here? Immediately fire the coach, trade all the good young players.
Yeah, we're coming here because they've built a culture. Let's dismantle it in one offseason.
And then both get the fuck out of town within the next 3 years.
Yeah. I hope they leave the Nets just a barren.
All I know is Harden was the harbinger of this, dude. So you can thank your boy.
What the fuck?
No, that Atkinson and LaMelo and some of the young dudes on Charlotte, Bridges, if he'd get his head out of the fucking quit being an idiot.
Scissor.
It's fucking idiot. Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a good fit. And prize another guy away from the freaking Golden State Warriors. So I'm A-okay with that.
Yeah. Every time they get their coaching tree poached, I enjoy it. So not that it matters. But I was gonna ask you, I don't know whose take this was. It's Bill Simmons, maybe Ryan Russillo. They're talking about like LaMelo is going to get into that territory where it's like, okay, it was fun, you were good, you're exciting, but now you actually will need to like focus on playing winning basketball. Like, how long do you think that lasts in Charlotte? Where it's like, oh, this is fun and exciting.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, we get it. You can do highlight plays and you score and pass, but it's like now
he's
we
a dynamo
want to win
on
games.
offense.
Yeah,
but
now we want to win games, and what does that look like?
Well, yeah, I mean, there was legitimate stretches this season where they would have to crunch time situations. They'd have to do offense, defense subs, or even pull him out of the game,
right?
Down the stretch, which is like, if he's the cornerstone of your future and he can't play crunch time, that's dicey.
Dicey. That's fucking real trouble, dude.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like, ultimately, even if LaMelo were to come out next season, be a ultimate winner, playing hard-nosed defense, smart plays, do everything they ask, Charlotte's ceiling is still not that high. I'm of the mind of like, he's a young player, let the young player make his mistakes, learn the way he needs to. I'm not too concerned with but I mean, again, like, they're the same types of dudes who would say like Wiggins is terrible on the Timber, like they just like, I don't know. It's just let the young player grow and learn. That's an important step in his career. It never happens as fast as anybody wants, but like, I don't know. If people are going to start getting mad at LaMelo for that, it's like, okay, there's one way to like critique his game, but to like,
no. I want to make it clear. I wasn't mad at LaMelo, and I'm not criticizing him anyway, but I was just curious, just as a thought exercise, how long do you think this like kind of honeymoon phase in Charlotte lasts? That's my question.
Honestly, probably one more. Probably this season.
Yeah, if they do the same thing.
Yeah, I still think they're like, oh, the fun, exciting team. They have the crazy color commentator guy who makes every game seem so much fun.
Yeah,
I think they can get another year out of that. But again, it's like, what is our actual expectations? This team, given the construction of their roster, it's like they're still a young team. Let them be young. Yeah, it's like not every team's going to be the Grizzlies that just like leapfrog 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, it's stupid that we would have that expectation.
It's freaking stupid.
That's pretty freaking stupid. Did you want to talk about the other trade? Did you J. Michael Green to the Thunder for the 30th pick?
Oh, dude, you're on top of this, all of it, dude.
Or it was him and a 2027 protected first for. So the Nuggets got the 30th pick. So I think they have 2 late first picks this year, which is that's good GMing right there for the Nuggets. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean,
they're at the point where they need NBA ready players on cheap contracts.
Yeah, and no disrespect to J. Michael Green, but you can find other players like him. You know.
Yeah.
Although there is something to be said about continuity and players fitting in the locker room, but he's making $8 million he made $8 million this year. He's making about $9 million next year, and I feel like you could probably find a better value if you're looking to slash costs. So, no disrespect to J. Michael Green.
They're at a point too where it's like you don't have to be so smart with your money if your big three are healthy and playing. Like if Murray and Porter didn't get injured this year and they both had another year of development, I don't know if they make this trade, but it's like those guys aren't certain quantities anymore. So you have to be a little bit smarter with your money. Like J. Michael Green on $9 million.
Michael.
Sorry. That's like a luxury.
No, wait. I was just fucking around. I wasn't like correcting you. I just wanted to say Jamichael.
But
well, dude. Yeah, I mean, they got to really start locking down because between next year, Jamal Murray's owed $34 million. Jokic, his last year of his current deal is 32 and a half.
Super
and then
kicks in.
AG's on 20 mil. Will Barton's on 16 and a half in his final year. There's a good chance Will Barton is going to be a Denver Nugget after 22-23, I bet.
I feel like this year.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then Michael Porter's making 30 mil. So it's like, you like to your point, you have a lot tied up and it's going to be hard to pay a guy like JaMychal Green $9 million.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, it just gives them better flexibility too. 2 first-round draft picks. You get birds on those guys. You get the 2+2 deal. You get them at below market value.
Yeah, let's put it like this. You have Jeff Green for 4.5 million. You have J. Michael for 9. I'd rather have Jeff Green for 4.5 mil.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what's going to happen? JaMychal Green's going to go to the Thunder. He's going to average 12 and 7. He's going to shoot well from 3.
They're going to get a late
flip him for first.
Yeah. Just what they had to give up for him. So I don't give a fuck what you do, Presty.
Sick lateral move. You
you ain't
bitch.
Pulling the wool over my eyes, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh fuck. But yeah, I mean that was the only other trade.
Dude, this rate, Jeff Green's gonna play till he's fucking 80 and still average 10 and
play
3.
for every team that's ever existed.
Yeah, what a baller.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, have there been any Pels rumors, draft rumors, trade rumors, anything on that front? I haven't been too plugged into the Pels, so I wanted to check
nothing too crazy. I haven't heard a lot of trade speculation with the number 8 pick, which I think I'm thankful for, but I don't know. There's just a lot of kind of moving and shaking in that kind of like first batch of wings that's outside the top 3 with like Mathurin's moving up, Shaden Sharp's moving down. Is like everybody's
Keegan Murray's a lock at 4.
Yeah, Dyson Daniels is impressed. Everybody's worked out with it. So it's like, I don't know. It seems there's still a lot of flux.
Yeah.
So
I haven't heard any. My fucking head is spinning on that.
Yeah. What about the Pacers? I mean, have you heard anything? I haven't really heard anything that's worth discussing for the Pels.
I've heard the Wizards inquired about Brogdon. They're looking for a guard. I know Brogdon's probably the most likely to get moved. I think the Pacers are playing a game of chicken with Miles Turner where it's like all Miles Turner wanted for like 6 years was like, hey, can you guys commit to me? It's just being the big, and they never did it. And then they finally do it. And now he's either in the last year of his contract or second to last year of his contract. And he's like, maybe I don't want to sign an extension. Maybe I'm ready to go out and test unrestricted free agency. So if that's the case, I think if Miles Turner gives them the indication like, hey, you guys aren't going to be my preferred destination in free agency. Preferred. I think they could look at moving on from him. But again, they're kind of stuck until draft night. So
do you want them to take Keegan Murray? Or do you want them to swing for the fucking fences like a Shaden Sharp?
You're literally fucking in my head. I've been struggling with that for the last 48 hours. It's like, on one hand, I would kill for Keegan Murray to slip to them because I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, would you want them to trade up? Somebody on the fucking I was listening to Ryan Russillo. He had some draft expert on, and he was, I don't think it was definitely not a rumor. He was just like kicking stuff around. It was like Duarte in 6 to move up to 4.
Well,
it's like, I would say as a Pacers fan, I'd say fuck no.
No shot. The thing so I've heard that the Kevin Pritchard has hinted to reporters that they're looking to get active on draft night.
Let's get active, baby.
Yeah, I think their goal is get another pick in the first. I don't know if they want to move up, but it's like, I feel like it's kind of the last 2 years the Pacers have been in that we don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen. It's like they're probably going to sit tight.
We're going to draft the most NBA ready prospect.
Yeah, they're gonna sit tight. Somebody like Jaden Ivey will slip to them.
Oh
Pacers
God, dude,
get
I'd be
super
so
lucky.
About that.
Oh yeah. It's like I never even thought of that as a possibility until this Keegan Murray stuff.
Yeah, he's like seems to be really taking hold like that.
I saw something too that were like the Warriors would kill to trade in to the early first for him.
Well, of course they would, but what are they going to give up?
Yeah, I mean they'd have to give up.
They even have a pick in the first round.
Well, no, it'd have to be like Wiseman, Kuminga, some of those young assets, and then probably future picks. But like,
if you were the Kings, would you give up fucking the 4th pick for Wiseman?
Not for Wiseman. Not if I just traded for Sabonis. Nope.
Interesting. Well, okay, yeah, my bad. How about this? If it was Pistons, if Keegan Murray's on the board, because I was. This is a question more about Wiseman and less about fit with the squad.
I would entertain the.
Yeah, I was going to say like Wiseman is literally a year removed from being.
I would want Wiseman plus something though. Yeah. Honestly, and I get that he was like
for all they're worth.
Yeah, was he a second overall pick? But it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy how just back to back everything is anymore. Finals, draft, free agency. It's all going to happen in like 2 weeks.
Thank God, dude. Get these finals over with. Fuck.
Seriously.
Let's get to the draft. I cannot wait.
Oh, dude. But I guess to go back to your original question, it's like part of me wants them to go with a safe bet, but I also have worked myself into a shoot on the Shaden Sharp. It's like
Pacers. Dude, they don't have an edict to like, yeah. What do you like? They ain't trying to win 32 games. Yeah,
he's not going to set back their timeline if he takes 2 years. 2-3 years to become like a legit NBA role player.
But I think the real question is Shaden Sharp actually going to boom or bust?
Yeah.
Like I get like taking a project that is going to be something, which I mean, you don't ever really know, but like Shaden Sharp, there's enough concerns about him with like the scuttlebutt I've heard about his workouts, and then the concerns obviously about him not playing, him coming on and being ranked number 1 at the very end of his high school career. It's like there's enough like smoke there that it's like almost a little scary to me.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's like he didn't even play G League. He just was like, I'm not playing basketball this year. I'm just going to work out. It's like you're already a bit of an unknown quantity. It's just like, but part of me too is like Pacers get an opportunity like this once every 30 years. This might be the only time in my life Pacers have a decent pick. Do you take a shot? Dude,
you're pretty optimistic about next year.
That's true.
You're back in the top 10 again, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're probably right. They were pretty garbo last year.
Well, I would still feel like their intent isn't to win either. It's to
I would hope not. I would hope, but no, I'm just trying to illustrate the point that like this isn't normal for the Pacers to have a high. This 100%. Is the highest pick they've had in my life. So
100.
Pretty
That's
fucking
crazy
excited
to think about, dude. Fucking 6 Pelicans pick one every 5 years.
Joe Bender.
Oh, he was up there.
Yeah.
Al Harrington was lottery, right? But I mean that's mid lottery. I'm gonna go Pacers draft picks. We have Pacers draft history, baby. God, dude, they just never pick. Paul George was 10.
Dude, this is the highest pick in my life.
What was Joe Bender? Oh yeah, it doesn't look like he was selected by them.
Yeah.
Crozier was 12. Eric Dampier was 10.
No, it's for sure because they have the 6th pick.
Yeah,
the highest pick they've had in my lifetime is 10. They had Paul George, Eric Dampier, then they had Miles Turner.
How
Jared
crazy
Bayless
is
at
that?
11. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm like losing sleep over this fucking draft.
This is awesome, dude. I'm happy for you, man.
Well, and I feel like we're so lucky because, and not to be like weird about stuff, but like usually there's a ton of guys I'd be ticked about and I'd be like, the Pacers are for sure going to get them. In this draft, there's really only one guy in their range that I'm like, no.
Who?
And he's not even in their range. Chet Holmgren. I'd be
Okay,
like,
right.
no, please no. I could talk myself.
Oh, of course. Jonathan Bender was drafted by the Raptors. I knew that shit.
Oh, right, yeah.
Fifth overall.
Yeah, I knew he was fucking fifth. But no, it's like, I don't know. I could see myself being happy with. I mean, if we go down the list of potential guys, Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey, Benedict Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, Johnny Davis, AJ Griffin, Usman
Jiang,
I'd be okay with that. Mark Williams, be okay with him.
AJ Griffin.
I think I said him. I'd for sure be okay with him. He had a really good workout too with the Pacers.
Yeah, it's easy to be healthy during a workout.
Yeah, true. But he was, I don't know, dude. He was like, I guess he worked his ass off during that.
Where do you go for your Pacers? Pacers Twitter, Pacers Reddit,
for
is there a website
for news?
Like for news about draft workouts? Because there's been like nothing on the Pelican subreddit. I remember I used to go to Bourbon Street Shots. I don't know if you used to go like Indy Cornrows.
Yeah, Indy Cornrows, 8.9 seconds. Yeah. But podcasts replaced blogs, and
do you have a good Pacers podcast you listen to?
Listen to like Locked On Pacers once in a blue moon. There's a couple other ones, but dude, it's just, I love podcasts for a lot of things, but I would rather those guys write articles.
Well, yeah, but I'm asking, how did you hear about AJ Griffin had a great workout for the Pacers?
Combination of Reddit, following beat writers for the Pacers on Twitter, Pacers official YouTube where they post all the interviews post workouts, and then just various basketball podcasts. It's kind of, I don't know, it's like a lot of things that go into it, but
hot.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. I cannot.
So wait, who do you want if you had your druthers realistically at the 6th spot? What the hook gonna be?
Are we taking anybody off? Are we taking Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey
off
the board?
Yeah. If everything plays like currently, it seems that's going to leave with your pick of all those wings.
I want Mathurin, I think. And then I probably want Shaden Sharp 2, AJ Griffin 3, Johnny Davis 4. Dyson Daniels is somewhere.
Dyson Damgo.
I'm starting to work myself into a shoot a little bit on Dyson Daniels.
Me too. I mean, based on what everybody's saying about him, it's like, fuck.
Oh,
use that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I might actually lump him ahead of like AJ Griffin. Just because I don't know, the AJ Griffin injury stuff's always like.
And his defense, I didn't watch any Duke basketball, but apparently it's fucking atrocious.
Yeah, but that 3-point stroke, dude, yummy.
Yeah, beat Davis Bertans. See if I give a shit.
True.
It's like Davis Bertans can't shoot either. So
yeah, poor comp.
Yeah.
But no,
get him out of the league.
I cannot wait for this effing draft, dude. It's
going to be exciting. Are you gonna follow along on Twitter? I don't want to because I want it to be like
no. I'm just gonna sit and watch it the way God intended. I'm not
because like Woj will spoil. Yeah,
I'm not gonna go on Reddit. I'm not gonna go on Twitter. I'm just gonna take it in. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess, was there anything else news of the day you wanted to talk about?
I got one other thing. Are we about to get in Blood in the Garden?
Yeah.
All right, I got one more thing. How many times do you think KG's averaged 25 per game in his career?
I'm gonna say 0.
Yeah. How the fuck did you know that? I would have never guessed that.
He was never like go out and look for his own shot guy too much. He's a distributor a lot.
I mean, that's fair, but the motherfucker shoots 20 times a game.
Well, he was probably, I don't know.
Fucking KG.
If you were to ask me, I'd say his career high average is probably like 23.4.
24.2. I would have guessed like 3 times.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking like 30, but I would have surely thought like 26.
I wonder what do you think Duncan eclipsed 25? He had to have.
Dude, KG led the league in rebounds per game 4 years in a row.
Jesus. On that drum.
KG. I'll pull up Tim Duncan.
Aaron KG to fucking Drummond. Sacrilege.
TD averaged 25 a game, 25.2 or 25.5 in a full 82 game season.
Dude, I saw some, and not to get off topic. Seeing his like playoff head-to-head matchups with Shaq, it breaks my brain. Yeah, because in my head I'm just like, Shaq's the most dominant player that's ever played. Like that's just what I believe, and it's like, well, Tim Duncan was better than him most of the time when they played head to head.
Yeah. I don't know.
which
about
is
that, but
crazy to me.
it's just crazy how consistent Duncan was, dude. Like
He really,
played
dude.
a lot of games. He was literally 20, 12, 3, and 2.5 blocks every year.
I think of all the players that doesn't ever get brought up in the GOAT talk, he should be in that. He should be threatening
15-time
top
All
5, top
NBA.
6. Yeah.
Do you know who has the most consecutive All NBA first teams?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Dude, Duncan's such a G.
Oh, I don't know. He's one of those guys like unassailable to me anymore. Like,
Yeah, and it's crazy because I was like, I don't like Duncan at all when he played.
right? Well, I feel like we probably flipped
Ever
like
since he
later in his
got those
career.
dreads, dude. Yeah.
Post playing career with the
Yeah.
Duncan's a G, man. I hope someday we get a book about him, dude.
Oh my god.
That
yeah,
would
dude.
be.
I need that Spurs book. It's got to happen, dude.
Oh my
It's
god.
gots to, Mister.
I want 7,000 pages, please. Well, crap. Speaking of books,
Shawoopskis.
Blood in the Garden. We picked up with
Shawoop.
freaking Shawoopskis.
Freaking.
Did you hit yourself in the head?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we left off with Pat Riley leaving, Jeff Van Gundy taking over, and the Bulls knocking the Knicks out of the playoffs, correct?
Is that what it was?
That is correct. We kicked off at the 96 draft. I thought there was some funny anecdotes about like higher ups with the Knicks saying, because they had like back-to-back picks in the late teens, and they were like, we were going to take Joe Neal and Kobe.
Yeah, it's like just like every other fucking team.
Yeah. Every
bullshit.
team that has a pick after you, and half the teams that have a pick ahead of you are going to say that shit. So I don't believe it for a fucking second.
Yeah, it's like,
you end up going with John Wallace and Walter McCarty. Yeah, I bet you were right on there.
Don't forget Dante Jones, dude. You fucker.
Oh,
no, it's funny. It's funny. It's like, yeah, you could write a book. See, that to me, that's just Chris Herring trying to like drum up something that's not there. It's like, the team picking 30th would have loved to take in Kobe, but it wasn't fucking happening.
Yeah, after Kobe's whole career played, they're going to go on the record saying he was our guy. We wanted him. It's like,
it's like until you actually passed on him, then I'll talk to you.
Yeah, exactly. And then it kind of leads into some of the, I guess this is kind of the changing of the guard, the transition from the
Bring
early.
on my guy, dude. Allen Houston.
Two of your guys, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I was about to make you. I about cashed in my swingman when I was reading this. I was like, give me the LJ Blue Knicks. Couldn't find it though. So you're a lucky bitch.
Oh God. But yeah, they bring in they sign Allen Houston to a fat deal. They signed Chris Childs to a fat deal.
Dude, Allen Houston's recruiting pitch was sweet though, dude.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it sounded like one of the first times a team did that.
Ewing got involved as well, in addition to as well as.
Yeah, that was a really cool section. But yeah, they basically re-up. They extend Pat Ewing's window by bringing some of these guys in. And like, they get a little bit into LJ, who's one of your boys. Some of the stuff about Grandmama.
I mean,
I
love him, dude.
How he's just like
LJ.
He's just like the best effing dude, the best effing teammate. But then it's like him and Zoe never got along. But all they have is effusive praise for LJ. So it makes me think, Zoe must have been a real bitch.
Well, you hear too about like how Zoe wanted out like how he handled his ex from Charlotte. But it's funny. Have I ever told you about Secret Base? I've told you about them. I don't know if you've watched any of their videos, but Secret Base, I want to plug their YouTube channel. I don't know who's going to watch this, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Kurt will. Check them out.
Secret Base, they just make these like really nice, concise videos on like the downfall of certain teams or feuds between players. And it's like high production value. They include it's like super high production value. They're including clips and stuff. They did one they have this beef series of beef between players. I watched one and it was about LJ and
I'm going to check that out.
It was super awesome because it's like, on the court, they show those highlights and like they're hugging and smiling like they're the best of friends, but like there's just jealousy and money always gets in the middle of shit.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. But Secret Base, dude, I put their shit on all the time, dude, because it's just like it's just fascinating because the production value is literally unbelievable.
That's dope.
But anyway, it was just cool like hearing about LJ, like a big beefed up motherfucker being like wanting to do the grandmama thing when it's like
and then like
so
being
sweet.
like a super like just cool nice dude. It's like that's the type of shit you want to hear. It's funny you say that because in my notes I was like, I just want a book about LJ and Zoe now. It's It's like, oh, there's
Yeah.
a YouTube video already. It's another thing. It was kind of, I mean, it was the Mason for LJ trade, but it's just like, I don't know. It's funny that the trade is like two similar type players. They're just like, we just need to trade effing problems, basically, which LJ was never really like a problem, but I don't know. That was just kind of interesting. Let me see here. Oh, we then go into the well, I'm sure I skipped a few things, but the PJ Brown body slam.
Oh, dude.
Did you watch that?
Oh, that's my third guy, dude. For the record out there.
Oh, true.
PJ Brown was my favorite player before Rasul Butler.
You have game worn shoe of his.
Yeah, I have a game worn shoe of PJ Brown. So I got literally PJ, LJ, and Allen Houston. Three of my top, probably, well, two of them are two of my top 10 players ever, and then probably three of my top 15.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
but
PJ Brown, I watched the video.
Gut wrench powerbomb the mother.
Yeah, he literally gave him a tilt-a-whirl fucking slam, dude.
Grab around the waist stuff and aborted gut wrench powerbomb.
That was awesome. Anyway,
like
go
Jack
on
Swagger.
go on with that.
But no, it's just the suspensions just blew my mind that would come from some of these altercations. It just blows, like, that seems impossible because, you know, what happened was LJ, Charlie Ward, Pat Ewing, Allen Houston, and John Starks all got suspended for a game. I think they were down 3-2 in the series. Or
they were up 3-2.
Up 3-2.
Yeah.
And they couldn't take all the suspensions in one game because they wouldn't have enough players. So they had to basically throw 2 games due to these suspensions, not just the one. That's the intention of, you know, of a one-game suspension.
Yeah, I would hope that they wouldn't do that to a team ever again like that.
Well, yeah,
it's like they should be able to like sign some injury exception, take a loss, or like, I don't know. They just, I guess they were really limited with the amount of people on the team.
The thing that bothers me is, like, if a player is like, and again, I guess you just need to have some flexibility in there because it's like, to me, if a player leaves the bench and that requires a 1-game suspension, but they weren't part of the altercation, have them sit out game 1 of the next season.
Yeah, because I mean, this shit would go on for a long time. I mean, that's how the Suns literally got butt fucked the year that the most likely chance they had to win a title with the Nash Amari team.
Yeah, it just blows my mind.
Fucking Tim Duncan, dude.
Well, it's just stupid that we have these hard, fast rules of like, oh, they can't leave the bench.
Well, they've changed it though.
Well, yeah. I'm speaking like from the time. It's just like, how do we even like you? I just can't believe they weren't flexible enough to be like, okay. Like, come on,
that was
we're
the
not
thing.
doing
Yeah,
this.
it's like they even took it to the courts, dude.
Yeah,
and they ruled this. I mean, but I guess if we're following the letter of the law, but then it's like, well, you have to bring into question: is the law a good law?
Yeah,
like the Second Amendment.
That
excuse me, sorry.
Oh,
that's not in the book.
We all know it's dog shit. We all know.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to take a stand.
Rules can change. Rules can change, people.
I'm not afraid to stand my ground on that one.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Quote across the screen at the end. Fuck them. I don't know. I mean, that's got to be one of the most disappointing ways to end a season. You know, when you kind of have a chance at something special. That was kind of. I try not to sympathize with the Knicks too much because they're like the dirtiest team ever, but then they're like, NBA's mean to us.
Oh,
like,
no.
Like, what the fuck? But
it sucks though, dude, because I
felt bad on that.
I could do a whole book on the Heat Knicks rivalry in the mid to late 90s.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy that it's almost like an afterthought in this book. It's like mention, you know.
Yeah, we're about to fly right through it already.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's pretty much done. And yeah, I mean, it's like one of the most brutal, intense rivalries there ever was. You gotta oh no, never mind.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I wonder if this thing would be made into a bigger deal if one of those teams ended up, you know, winning a title or something.
Maybe
if it kind of gets swept under the rug just because it's like, oh yeah, they clashed in the conference semis and
right.
Who really cares? We do, but it's unfortunate that a lot don't. I don't know. The next chapter was really cool though. It was the Pat Ewing chapter, which was long time coming.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? Sorry. I just want to say, before we started reading this book, this was one of the things we discussed was like it'd be sick if there was like a cool Pat Ewing chapter, a cool Anthony Mason chapter. And sure enough, this was the Pat Ewing one. So did it live up to your expectations is my question.
Yeah, like this is the kind of portrait that I was kind of almost hoping for at Anthony Mason,
Mhm.
where it's like, yeah, he had his warts and he made mistakes, but it's like every like thing about him being aloof and kind of seeming disengaged from like the press and people,
Mhm.
I feel like has good reason.
Oh,
And
100%.
I found myself reading this chapter and liking Pat Ewing more and sympathizing with him and what he had to go through, and also just liking him more as a player and a person. So I love this chapter
100%.
so much
Yeah,
because I learned a lot. There was cool anecdotes. There was good background. There was insight into his psyche. It had like a, if you're going to cram a
Mhm.
biography of Pat Ewing into one chapter, I thought this was pretty fucking sweet.
Well, and it was just like I feel like the whole chapter in a microcosm was the Nick's at a terminal before private flights, and little kid comes and asks Pat Ewing for an autograph, and he's like, "No, sorry, I can't." And at first, you're just like, "This guy's just in it." Like,
Yeah.
who would ever say no to that? Like, you're just an asshole. Like, you just are. And then like all the Knicks players, like, "Come on, Pat, like give him one, give him one." And Pat busts out the pen, and before he can even touch pen to paper, 30 more kids line up, and he's just like, "This is why I can't do it." Like,
It's not like that for the rest of you motherfuckers.
yeah. It's like Pat Ewing was the best player on the New York Knicks,
second most popular team probably at the time,
during probably their most. I mean, I know the Knicks of the '70s had,
won titles, but like,
this Knicks team, the brand of basketball and the Knicks themselves were so much more popular.
Pat Ewing is the Knicks. Pat Ewing is the Knicks
in one image. Yeah. And I don't know. It was just cool because, a lot of times you only hear one half the story, but then we see, he actually can't, like, he couldn't live a normal life because he couldn't go out. He couldn't,
And some people aren't like that. Some people don't want to. Like some people, like I hate Steph Curry, but some people aren't Steph Curry, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll sign for everybody. This is like special to me." But it's like some people it's not, and some people don't want to talk and meet fans, and it's like that sucks. And I'm I would in a perfect world, not one NBA player would be like that, but like Pat Ewing is his own man, and like he just he had other stuff that went on during his upbringing too that soured him on people, and it's like I get it.
Well, and it's like it's like again, you should never take one thing and like make a snap judgment about the rest of the person, because like the other things we hear about Ewing in this chapter, by far the hardest worker on the team.
Yeah,
which
John Wallace said hardest worker I've ever been around.
Which that to me, like there was times in this book where I was like, yeah, Pat Ewing, like we get it. You just want the ball in your hands. It's like, no, because you're the most dedicated.
Yeah, exactly.
You're by far the most dedicated to this. You're putting in the time. Like, so like between that,
when you care more than anybody, you have the right to demand the ball.
Exactly.
And I was wrong for saying otherwise.
Exactly. All the racist, horrible shit he put up with in his, in his past to persevere through that. Then there were, he was like the most generous teammate, like just
flying people to Jamaica.
Yeah, the stuff he would do for like guys on basically 10-day contracts was just crazy.
Oh, right. Do you have that specific passage?
I
really like that one. Where the fuck was it?
Try to find it. Sorry.
No, it's my bad too.
I think I'm close.
Let's pause and come back.
Oh, good call. Yep.
All right, we've located the passage. So apparently Pat Ewing had a teammate, Chris Gent. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Someone he was teammates with for just 3 months in '96. The wife of this player that Pat played with developed a brain tumor, and he and Pat Ewing, that is, and Jeff Gundy sent checks the next week to recover the entirety of her chemotherapy and radiation treatments, which we all know that shit ain't cheap. So,
yeah.
And I'm sure he did that without one hesitation. And then also too, reporters had no idea. Early in his career, Ewing paid for each of his teammates to come down to spend a few days with him in Jamaica, which is cool. Which I always knew Pat Ewing was from Jamaica. I didn't realize he grew up in Massachusetts, and that's where he
same.
That was something that was new to me too.
Same. Yeah. I mean, he was. I don't know. This chapter was. Pat Ewing went from a guy I really wanted to find a reason to like to a guy that I'm just like, I'll rep for him until the day I die. Like just
And it was cool too. There was a small anecdote from his recruiting trip. With North Carolina.
I know what you're getting at.
So because like that was the thing. He seemed like such a mild mannered kid when he was coming, and like he was like this whole world was so new to him that he had, what was it, 2 glasses of orange juice when he was touring North Carolina with Roy Williams, who was an assistant at the time. And Pat Ewing grabbed 2 thin miniature glasses of OJ as he walked through the cafeteria. Roy Williams said, "Big fella, go get more juice if you'd like." Who saw Ewing as an extremely quiet, polite kid, knew the glasses weren't enough to quench Ewing's thirst. "Have as much juice as you want." Pat said, "Really? I can get as much as I want?" And he came back with 18 orange juice glasses, and he drank every single one of them.
That's a big Mike Hines move right there.
Yeah, dude.
You got to respect
Pinky
that
out, baby.
Oh,
All-time legend.
Yeah. I mean, Pat Ewing, dude, I don't know. And then the chapter like kind of gets heartbreaking because it goes into his wrist injury, and you're just like, fuck, man. Like, I guess I don't know what your recollection of the history is, but in my eyes, it's like he was never really the quite the same after that.
Yeah, it's just kind of interesting
From my
'cause, like,
recollection.
I mean, it was awesome, like thinking of Pat Ewing in these terms of like Chris Herring kind of refers to him this repeatedly. It was like he is the best jump shooting big man of this era. He just like is cash from mid range.
Well, it's
And
crazy.
it's like-
Yeah, he wasn't even allowed to shoot outside of the paint at Georgetown. He was never allowed to develop that, but he just did it in his own time. And that's what happens when you're the hardest working guy on the team.
Yeah, right.
So,
And so, yeah, I guess that you would expect a wrist injury to set somebody like that back who relies on their wrist for jump shooting. But at the same time, like, to be honest with you, I would have expected him to make a better recovery. But like the story's still out.
he's also
I mean, like,
old then too.
Yeah.
Though he was already.
I don't know.
He was 34 in 96, 97.
Yeah, he's getting up.
That's
He's getting up there.
And he was like a fucking like I don't know if he was actually this, but in my eyes, he was like a guy who was like 82 games, 40 minutes a night every
Yeah,
year,
working
just
hard.
like just
Yeah.
that kind of dude, just a fucking workhorse.
Although it was cool that even though they were Ewing missed that was it the 96 97 or 97 97
He
98.
came back, didn't he?
Yeah, he came back, but the Knicks still made the playoffs that year, even with him going down.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
apparently, Larry Johnson and Allen Houston, who were combining to score 25.1 points per game before Ewing's injury, they combined to average 37.5 in Ewing's absence. So,
Well, I mean, that's what the Ewing theory
right,
comes from, right? Is like,
Okay,
oh, the
John
Knicks are
Morant
actually better.
Excuse me.
Hey, shut the fuck up,
Oh,
you
time will
bitch.
tell. Tazime was ill to Zell.
Okay, yeah, dude, sure. Yeah, you're the same guy who in 20 years is going to read a book about the Grizzlies and be like, no, John Morant actually was sick, dude. It's like, yeah,
after they win
obviously,
7 titles in a
fucker.
row. But yeah, I was sick that Ewing fought back, even though it didn't end as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Too
But
bad
also-
Rick Smits had to give him the business.
Rick shits.
Hey, fuck you.
I was gonna say too. Oh wait, they did win that series, right? Yeah, they won. They beat the Heat.
Yeah, and then lost to got
but
stomped by the Pacers.
Did you watch? Did you watch the LJ Alonzo fist fight? That's the one where Jeff Van Gundy crawls on Alonzo.
Oh yeah, dude. That's all
Dude,
time.
neither one of them connect a fucking punch.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And LJ was a boxer. Yeah, that came up in this book too.
I didn't know that was like that LJ was a boxer, and they say something else about Zoe too about
So
how
6
like,
inches taller. It's like you should be able to land a punch
Yeah,
on somebody
yeah.
that much bigger than.
But I've always had that fight in my head, even since like youth, seeing highlights. That is like, these motherfuckers, they're just like swinging like haymakers and missing, dude. That's how you know there's real effing heat, dude. If they're
Yeah.
throwing everything they got, just trying to
I
connect to
don't give
one
a
effing
fuck if I'm
haymaker,
suspended, dude.
yeah. Oh, golly, dude.
Yeah,
What a
that was pretty
legendary
sick.
era.
And then, yeah. So anyway, then that's where we left off, correct?
Yeah, I think we dropped it 240, right? So we got
Yes,
Probably-
sir.
probably 3 more weeks, two more weeks reading this book. About
Depending on how ambitious.
yeah, and I don't know if you wanted to go with another project through the summer, or if you wanted to read something, or
You tell
shoot
me,
for a
dog.
different. I don't know. We have some ideas in the works from a long time ago that we could jump into this summer.
Yes.
So, we'll see. We'll keep it interesting for you freaking losers. Okay,
You jabron and jabronettes.
do you want to do a couple trivias?
I got one more question for you, dude.
Oh,
I was looking at this the other day. Dale Davis was an all-star in 99 2000. He averaged 10 points and 9.9 rebounds a game.
ooh wee.
How the fuck did that happen?
Right,
Like, I know he's a good
yeah.
defensive player.
Yeah, that's
but-
pushing it.
That seems wacky to me.
Yeah, how does that happen?
Fucking big Dale. Damn, David.
Yeah, 10 and 10.
put in 14 minutes in that motherfucker. Got 8
Yeah, I want
boards.
some. Someone's got to answer for that. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
how the hell did this happen?
Yeah, the worse than Wiggins, dude.
Wiggums.
Ralph
Was
Wiggums.
2000 All-Star game? Where was that? Cleveland?
Why does that sound right,
I just remember that logo for that All-Star game was sick.
dude? One thing that I was watching the PJ Brown gut wrench power bomb.
Yeah, let's call it. Oh, 2000. God damn it! I'm stupid. That's Oakland. That's the Vince Dunk contest.
Oh, fuck, doy.
Freaking
Fucking
duh.
doy. In that video, it was like a high quality like ES or NBA on ESPN, like so like upscaled the quality of it. But Sean Leonard was a fucking bucket getter, dude. Oh my god! Which he was a multiple 3-point shootout winner, right?
I'm not sure. I know he won
Or
it
did he
once. I
only
don't
win
know if
one?
he won it twice. I know he won it with Denver.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that because I'll probably be fucking wrong about that too.
That motherfucker, he had a bag, dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I
I'm
will
about to
say,
deep dive on the Vashawn Leonard mixes.
well, I will say that. Have you ever watched the Knuckleheads podcast?
Just an episode here or there.
The best podcast for the record, but
Except
their
this
first
one.
no, it's better than this one, dude. Because you know what, I'm gonna have to give it to D Miles and Q Rich on them.
True,
They're cooler
true.
than us.
Maybe. Yeah, obviously.
But the first question they always ask everybody is, who's the first person to bust your ass when you got in the league? And there was I watched a compilation of it the other day, and there was 3 people who said Vashawn Leonard. I think 2 or 3.
Telling you, dude.
I think
that guy had
Q Rich was one of them. He's like, Vashawn Leonard just fucked me up.
If he was a little bit bigger, dude, that guy would have been a fucking issue. Jesus, dude.
Yeah, he was dude, fucking born in Detroit. They're built different up there, dude.
God, I could be living there right now instead of this
Right.
105-degree heat with a severe thunderstorm.
You're just crazy, man.
What the fuck?
Looks like he only won 1 3-point shootout though.
Okay. I don't know why I had him winning back-to-backs in my effing head.
Back to back.
Have we done this one? I swear we've done this.
Freaking back to back.
Yeah, I don't think we have. I'm just an idiot. Oh, we already knew that though. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to find something real quick, dude. Oh fuck, this is gonna be harder than I thought. I was just trying to see if because I'm assuming he took place in the next year's 3-point shootout. And I was just trying to see where he finished in the 04-05 3-point shootout. That's the one Q Rich won.
Ooh wee.
Go ahead with your question though.
Who was the first? Who was the first player to ever record 200 steals and 100+ blocks in the same year?
Well, I mean, it's got to happen in the 70s because that's when they started tracking that shit. Or the earliest, I should say.
200 steals, 100 blocks. Keep in mind, 200 steals is almost that, like 2.5 a game. That's
so he's a little man.
A freaking little man.
No, not necessarily. 200 steals, 100 blocks.
And as much as I'd like to give you the choices, I can't because it'll be a dead giveaway.
That was fake. Alvin Robertson.
It's MJ. The choices they gave were Wilt, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and MJ. It's like, I wonder who.
Fuck MJ, dude.
Fucking card. Chicago retired jersey number 4 in honor of which player?
Norm Van Leer?
Jerry Sloan.
Oh, fuck. That was my other guess.
Yeah, I feel like
is Norm Van Leer on there?
No, it's James Silas, Jerry Sloan, Bob Pettit, Rick Barry.
I was literally gonna guess Jerry Sloan, but I was like, no, that'd be
dang.
Norm Van Leer probably never even played for Bulls. Like he did. I'm fucking. He said I ain't that fucked up. That was a close one. Okay, he was a 3-time All-Star, 1-time All-NBA. I'm not too
Close
stupid,
enough, dude.
Whew. What jersey do you wear? Well, he wore 4 with the Bucks.
Oh wait.
But he wore number 2 for the dang, he wore 23 in 1972 for the Bulls.
Dang, that's hot. Yeah, that's kind of funny. The pre-MJ number 23s. You ready?
Yeah.
Here, you ready for this?
Well, it's like, who the fuck was it? No, I'm just gonna keep cutting you off. There was somebody we were talking about this the other day where there was like it was Dana Barros was 3 for the Sixers. That's a callback to like one of our first episodes. Literally looked like AI before AI.
Yeah, that's way back in the day.
Dude, my data banks are freaking.
Oh.
Anyway.
Data banks. All right, let's fucking
For 2
wait
today?
a minute. How the fuck?
Shit. All right, you're gonna get this one. Who holds the Detroit Pistons record for 34 rebounds in a single game? Don't think too hard, dude.
I feel like I'm gonna say somebody obvious and it's gonna be wrong, but I'm gonna go with the worm.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang.
He's been on the man rod since '91.
Who are the other options? Do you remember?
I already forgot. Bob Lanier was one of them.
See, that's who I thought I was going to be wrong, and it was going to actually.
I'll let you know when you pull it up. Bailey Howell and Ray Scott. Okay, which team traded Rick Mahorn to Detroit in 1985? You might be able to get this.
Traded.
Where'd he go?
Detroit.
That was Rick Mahorn. I forget who that trade involved. Was it
Dantley?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna look it up. I just don't remember. The thing is, I don't remember Adrian Dantley playing for this team though, so I'm all fucked up now. Dude, Rick Mahorn was born in Connecticut. I would never expect that.
This is hard.
No. Okay, yeah, it wasn't. What the fuck was I? I could have sworn that Adrian Dantley was traded. It's not Adrian Dantley, but
what was the Dantley trade? What?
Yeah, I'm gonna go look. I'll look that up. Am I tripping, dude? I could have sworn like when you watch like the Bad Boys Pistons doc.
That's what swear.
Adrian.
Oh, his was the Mark Aguirre trade.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking idiot.
I'm
God. Well, I got no clue then.
Well, then just guess a team.
It's when they
not win, but who did they trade him to? Or who traded
Rick Mahorn
to the Pistons? Yeah.
I don't know his early career.
I mean, I will say that if we knew his career, we'd get it because he's only played for one team before Detroit, and he played for them for 5 years. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like I don't know.
Yeah, I literally have no idea.
With the like players from the 80s, it's like only the iconic ones on the iconic teams, and
yeah, psych.
I'll say like the fucking Sonics.
Washington Bullets.
Okay, yeah, no shot.
Bull tits.
The bull tits. I'm sure it's just like mind playing tricks on me, but now that I hear it, I can it does kind of.
I can see it in my mind's eye.
I know, because I know for a fact I've looked at his freaking Basketball Reference multiple times. But yeah, anyways, that's a pretty sorry fucking showing trivia, my lord.
Hey, you got one. At least we're 1 for 4 today, thanks to you. I was 0 for 2, dog.
Wait. Oh yeah, you said Robertson instead of Jordan for the steals and blocks. What? Well, I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot else. Unless you do, dude.
Me either.
All right. Well, I'm gonna eat some grub. We're gonna watch the Warriors win by 60, and then we're both gonna BME it. So
erotic asphyxiation.
Yeah. Non-erotic, dude. I just want to
my bad.
go out in a closet like that. Yeah, no joy about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe there'll be good news next time we're on the pod. Maybe Jaylen Brown will have a finals MVP under his belt. So
maybe Jason Tatum will shoot more than 25%.
Not happening. I could have told you that. All right. Well, we'll sign off then. We'll see you guys next time on the Wax Chronicles sometime next week. Thanks for stopping by.